Spirituality in Family Relationship Series. Siblings. Siblings grow up in an environment with their parents when they are young, but if they go out into society and experience troubles and failures, siblings might go back to each other to live together for several years. The reason why younger siblings enter back into the elder sibling's environment after having difficulties is because the older sister, brother has not completed the duty for their younger sibling. The universe creates an opportunity for siblings to meet again and fulfill that duty. This is true not only for siblings, but also for parent-child relationships. When a child goes out into society and has problems with relationships, or when their work habits become unmanageable and difficult, the child may come to the parents who raised him and complain. What are the obligations here? For example, when you are young and in the environment surrounded by your family, if your sister sees a bad habit in your younger brother, they have an obligation to warn him and stop the bad habit from the beginning. If you consider them to be your brother, sister, but you're unable to stop the bad habits from the beginning, your brother's habits will get worse and worse. If their habits go beyond your control, you will not be able to play the role of an older brother or a sister. So, as a result of not stopping bad habits, when the younger sibling goes out into society and are disadvantaged by bad habits at work or in other areas of life, the younger sibling may spend years with their older sibling relying on them because they have not been able to be taken care of. The older sibling must know this principle to support the younger sibling. When troubles arise, it is essential to allow them into your environment. But this environment is not to support their bad habits, but it is to observe their behavior, and furthermore this information is to be used to get them skills to enter society again. This is the same thing as a parent wanting their child to grow up well and not have bad habits. Older siblings should care so as not to let your younger siblings' bad habits grow and furthermore correct these bad habits. It's a slightly different situation here, but if someone in your family has been bullied or beaten at school, you should first look at whether the child has bad habits and not immediately blame the perpetrator. Nowadays, this society is exposed to different types of public places and situations, and if a child does or says something bad in public, it should be pointed out and educated that the behavior is wrong. From this, the bad habits will not accumulate and children will not be bullied or beaten because of the bad habits. If you don't look for your child's bad habits and you get angry with the offender, that anger will lead to anger again. The law of the universe is that if we have a child doing or saying something bad in public, the bad energy of this will be accumulated in the universe and will not go away. So, this outcome comes back like a boomerang later on, breaking the parents' hearts because it was the parents' fault as they didn't stop these negative actions from the beginning. It is the universe's law that circumstances should not break our hearts when we have done nothing wrong. The bottom line is that if a brother or family member goes out into society and does not become independent, and later it becomes difficult and there is an environment where siblings have to live together again, it happened because they did not perform the duties as proper siblings, so they were given the opportunity again to stop and remove these bad habits, actions and correct them. When a sibling person is corrected, they will never again be disadvantaged by those bad habits in society and will be able to live a healthy life with others. Here main content so far is about the relationships within a family and their obligations. It particularly emphasizes the duties and responsibilities that arise in sibling relationships, and between parents and children. Duties of siblings. Older siblings, who naturally take on more responsibility in the sibling relationship, have a duty to correct any bad habits or behaviors of the younger siblings. If they fail to do so, the younger siblings might face difficulties when they go out into society. Such difficulties can lead the younger sibling back under the protective wing of their siblings. Duties of parents. Parents also have the duty to correct any bad habits or behaviors of their children. If their child engages in negative behavior in society, the consequences might later pain the parents' hearts. This is an important assertion. Universal law. The principle is that negative actions or energies accumulate in the universe and eventually return in the form of revenge. If bad behaviors are not prevented or corrected early on by parents or siblings, the consequences will ultimately return to the family. Solution. If a family fails to fulfill their obligations and responsibilities, the universe gives them another opportunity to shoulder that responsibility. This is an opportunity to correct bad habits or behaviors and help the individual lead a healthy life. Summary. In family relationships, it's essential to correct each other's bad habits or behaviors. If these duties and responsibilities are not met, the consequences will eventually return to hurt the family. Therefore, family members should do the best for each other and correct any bad habits or behaviors as soon as possible. Thanks for watching.